Scan. What do I do with Nura though?
I sense something.
Wisdom damage.
I welcome your company.
You are my favorite aide.
Magritium Turinos.
I'll prove I'm the best.
Missed me already.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Smile.
I'm prepared.
It's not ending just yet.
Nura. Get about the plans, what do you want? We trade both the mortals and the demons. What does it matter what I want if they won't let me live in either world? On the other hand, it can be quite convincing. Stay with me. I can't. Soldiers saw me. They know about my betrayal. Even if you still trust me, they'll drag me out of my tent some night and hang me from a tree. Spend some time behind the bars, then I'll think what to do with you. Arăți, Nura. Cause you can't recruit her, then we gonna arrest her. Simple as that. It is done.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
She wasn't in a jail. Weird. We'll see.
The commander of the crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Dresden and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner he has won with such a valiant effort?
You can't redeem Staunton as an Aeon. There was no option.
Urgent matters of state are awaiting my attention. My convoy will be departing for the capital within the hour. I'm afraid this is all the time I can spare you. So do please forgive me for skipping the lengthy and well-deserved congratulations. Dresden was taken quickly, even more quickly than I'd anticipated. Every death is an irretrievable loss. But considering the scale of our forces, The losses among our troops are tolerable. Morale is high among the Crusade forces that were entrusted to you. You handled the command superbly. I never doubted your personal ability to deal with the demons. I knew that you could become a living symbol for people to follow. That you have now displayed a decent head for tactics is a pleasant surprise. I believed in your success and prepared for this outcome after a fashion. I brought a reward to personally bestow upon my Knight Commander. But now, I think this reward is insufficient. So please, accept one more gift from me personally.
Resist and Ring of Protection. Ring of Protection is +4.
Impertinent? Though I suppose a little impertinence is good in an officer. Now on to the main matter. The Sword of Valor has been returned to us. Touching it has awoken your power and changed the great relic beyond recognition. Many clerics are at a loss to interpret this unexpected turn. Is it an omen? Happenstance? A warning? Only one thing can be said for certain. Your power is astonishing and unlike anything ever seen before. Your power bears little resemblance to other manifestations of the Inheritor's will that I have been fortunate enough to witness. But who can fathom the gods' designs? And Iomade has many heavenly allies, and they helped us on several occasions throughout the Crusades. There. I have said all I wish to. Is there anything you wish to discuss with me before I depart?
Mio. Déjà. You know anything about the huge demon we met in the gates?
The Baylor Dorazand, one of Daskari's generals. He, Hep Zamira, and the Echo of Daskari are some of the most notable demons in the Abyssal Forces. You will soon learn these names. Dorazand has not been sighted by our scouts for a long time, and his appearance at Dresden was an unexpected development. But we must grow accustomed to surprises such as this. The ability to move at will through space is one of the demon's most unpleasant hallmarks. The architect of the world wound? Here? And she allowed you to simply dispose of Stanchion Vane and claim the Sword of Valor? This is a very worrying development. Aurelia was more dangerous than a dozen Balors, and more cunning and deceitful than a score of succubi. In the 100 years of the Crusades, our forces have very rarely encountered her, but when we did, it always led to something terrifying. I think she has taken an interest in you and your power. It was to be expected, of course, and it worries me more than anything else. Sooner or later, we shall have to take a stand against Aureliu and deal with her once and for all. But I thought we would have time to prepare. Be careful. And if the architect reappears, treat her as you would a demon lord. Very well. Then I shall take my leave. Irabeth will bring you up to speed on the situation in the city and surrounds, and together, you can decide on what next steps to take. Good luck, Commander. Remember, this is but the first step. The road ahead will be long and difficult.
Allow me also to congratulate you on your victory, Commander. We won the battle for Dresden, but this war is far from over. The demons know our true strength, so we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that cultists make up more than half of their forces, so they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. The main demon forces are moving out from the City of Eyes and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance of tearing through the defense and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Avistan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Dresden, inspired by your feat. And that's very good news, because we're going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we're currently facing.
Now one cat here harassing all the others. Non-stop.
Remember that Nabasu that attacked our camp? He had powers that no ordinary demon should have. It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now. But it's possible that in the future, we will see entire squads, if not armies of them. We must find out where they're coming from. But we can usually spot armies of demons in advance, as their hordes march along the Grey Road from eyes or Anevia is trying to find out how— Yes, the troop was put as if— But the dragon's been sighted frequently in the sky. We've temporarily placed the body of Staunton Vane in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anevia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserved to be buried as a knight.
These are all the options for Staunton Wayne. I
the decision
can
is yours,
bury
of
him,
course.
burn the body, or display the corpse in the square. Those would be all the options. I already buried him once on my first run. Let's bury him again.
Right you are, Commander. That day during the battle— No, my apologies. That—
We need to level them all up. Let me switch gear. Still, I will take +4. 38. Flow covers S3. Additional smite evil. Let's level them all up first for the start. There's a lot of things to do now before I get out. Really a lot of things to do. 3D Stunton is broken. I don't know. Check it out, people. Check it out. I didn't have the option and I am on. Okay. Rigel is so bad, man. He's straight up bad. Bad. As it gets. Bad as it gets. Jesus Christ, you're so bad. Unrelenting assault is fine on him. Sussy. Yeah, I love Ale music. I do. Hell Knights suck. Armiger suck. Simple as that. Yeah, that social is useless. I love clerics, but he's such a bad cleric. Attack group, so everyone scatters and fears. No. Because then my tactics go to shit. We don't do that. We never do that. Fear can backfire. It can really backfire. I hate him. I absolutely hate him. As I told you, forget about fear. It can ruin your entire game. It becomes extremely chaotic with fear. Not fun. I hate social. Abandon casting. Greater spell focus evocation. One level 2, one level 3, one level 4. I took a mind fog. Give her a blind fight. Like 3.
Head on!
Man. Do you know how many different things there is to do before we leave?
I lead. You follow.
I'll get a second spirit later on.
All this waiting bores me. Spell's not working like that.
He has to be at least one size bigger. He needs to grow. Oh, I need to set a storyteller free.
Onwards!
Oh shit. Now we need to go for Volge. I need Volge. Old Iron Bastard Sword +3. Icy Burst Key. 72,000. Opposite Short Bow. Mighty Constitution. Holding immediately. We can get more. It's a great sword +3. If that's the best great sword, then fuck yeah. Every weapon has some magical effects, but great swords, no. Just no. That's the best great sword that I can buy. Classic +3. You fuck off. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. All exotics. Falcata, the most expensive one. It has a heart seek. Evil Outsider +4. No, this is +5 Evil Outside. With damage rolls. Check all the traders for the start. I don't want to waste money.
Move out.
Silver Dragon Wand. Widget Chief, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I'm sure I don't want her as Arcane Trickster. We're gonna invest into Crusade. I guess I'm gonna get better items through it. I see the luminescence of your soul. You've broken the laws of Golarion. As an Aeon, I can discover. See such tasteless jest before I'm truly offended by your words. You can see her as a judge. Man, I'm an Inquisitor indeed. The Aeon Inquisitor merges so fucking well. You can easily see that she's chaotic evil.
I lead. You follow.
What can I say to deal on that? I see that you're violating the laws of Golarion. Confess your crimes. I confess to all the crimes you want to lay on my door, and even the ones you don't. My misdeeds warrant only the harshest punishment, banishment from the crusade. He wants to get out of the crusade. You must be punished for violating the laws of Golarion, requires Aeon Mythiqua. This is unexpected. Are you tired of me already? Is this some kind of a new protocol? You're banished. Thank you for liberating me from all the dust, mud, and routine chores. Well, I can't fucking believe this. No more Diran. Yo. Shit. Fuck, man. Imagine if Aeon was my first run. I would spoil the entire game from the start, man. This time I don't spoil anything at all, at least I. But if I picked Aeon, I would be pissed off. I would really be pissed off. Because this is like definitely not forever. They should even have a warning not to pick Aeon if it's your first run. No, really, that Aeon is a walking spoiler. Okay. Although what's funny, I figured on level 2 with Camellia that she's a chaotic evil character when the game was out, back in vanilla. Must be punished for violating the laws of Golarion. You will atone for your crimes by serving the crusade faithfully. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Aeon is hilarious. Yeah, yeah, you cover over the classes. I wanted to try a monk on her. And then I realized she's chaotic evil. These are the backers. There is no bigger backer than me, man. No bigger backer than me. I didn't give a buck for the game to be created, but I made so much content. I doubt there is a bigger backer than me. And I still plan to make a lot more. I see an aura that marks you as a criminal. Confess your wrongdoings. I don't know what you're talking about. I always follow the laws of my nation. Your mythic power must be deceiving you. Where you should find any evidence of my crimes, we happy to discuss it with you. We already know it's gonna ambush us. Found Kalisa spying on my camp. She left alive and unarmed. I met other elves that look just like Kalisa. You cannot deceive Aeon, man. You can't deceive Aeon. No surprises now when you play. One-eyed devil. There's a Haramaki. Either Brazers or Karabaki. Pointless. Later on it's gonna be useful when you have better bracers. Better gloves. But now it's pointless. No, I won't go for legend this time. This time I'm sticking with Aeon till the end. Probably. We'll see. 25,000 for a drink. If I buy it, will the demons get out of it?
Move out!
This is stupid that you can't use trickery at all. If you don't have trickery on your main, you can't loot chests. Say exactly the same shit was in Kingmaker. You can trigger those conversations, okay, with persuasion on different characters while inside the city, but you can't use trickery. What's the point?
Pay attention!
Was 10 hit points. Permanent. Crusade Chronicles. Interesting. Nice. Nice. Can we judge Nenia? I got alcohol. Why do you need alcohol? What is a Linor? A first world dragon. You can't judge Nenio. There's nothing to judge. She's an idiot. Oh, perception check succeeded.
Move out!
Damn, he's spinner of nightmares. With unnamed NPCs. We can check. The citizen. Peasant, citizen. No. The impossible.
I'm losing my temper.
We go to the inn. I'll pass through here.
I lead. You follow.
It seems like I'll need to buy Greatsword +3. This is the best one so far. He gave us 15,000 because we killed the demon inside. Ah, my cat hitting the door to let her in. Second. Okay. Тишина. Тишина. Скажи. Шшш. Шшш. I killed Zacharias. Zacharias is dead.
Onwards!
Oh, it's Grey Boar. We need to recruit Grey Boar. Goggles +10 on perception. Whenever confirms a crit with any bow, the target becomes disoriented, suffering -4 circumstance penalty, initiative checks, attack rolls, athletics, and perception checks. Check! That's fucking OP. Goggles of Malocchio. Or is it Malocchio? Malocchio. This is Malocchio. Whatever the fuck it is, it's OP. Very, very OP. Greyboard betrays me. Wine.
Move out.
I'm still good with gold. Now let's do it with Greyboard.
How can I help you?
We met in Kenabres, didn't we?
Yes, I had a contract to assassinate a rather overconfident demon named Kylus there. I guess that counts as participation in the siege of Kenabres. Not that my employer had any interest in the actual outcome of the battle. Come to think of it, the information my client provided me with was almost suspiciously accurate. They seemed to be aware both of the impending attack on Kenabres and of the fact that Kylus was going to be there.
Tried to kill the huge demon at the Battle of Dresden, but you failed.
Yes, that was a failure. It was supposed to be a clean job. An anonymous client, a worthy target, a substantial fee. But the client insisted that I use an enchanted dagger they provided. Don't you remember our last meeting? The name is Greyboar. I'm an assassin for hire. But I suspect you're not here for small talk. Are you in need of my services? A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target. I can take this job, but only if we do it soon. I'm expecting a new assignment. Excellent. Let's get down to business. It's no easy thing to take down a dragon when you don't have wings, so you'll need to follow my lead. The best thing would be to catch her by surprise in her lair, but we need to find it first. Of course, since she doesn't leave tracks, that might be tricky, but I think I have a solution. We need to go west of Dresden, to the Grimwood Forest. The dragon's been seen there often. I hope I can rely on your honesty.
Let me see you, Greyboar. Nice chance, strength. Barber sucks. It's success. Zifred, good night. I remember the quest with him, Samira, but he never betrayed me. So I got Uncanny Dodge, Greater 2-weapon fighting, regular dodge, toughness, or I can just go improved critical with Worm and War Axe. There is a critical focus also. I'm gonna go with a critical focus for now.
Got a job for me, Commander? Good luck.
Up we go. I need to upgrade his mythic battles. I don't know if I should run for a dragon first. Two-handed whip for front line. It depends on the difficulty. Every build depends on the difficulty. For example, on unfair, you can't play everything, okay? You just can't. Difficulty is the main factor when you choose what class you wanna play. Are you aware of my special powers? Why I can't judge him if he flashes now? Weird.
Onwards.
Fossil and Ember are just good, you don't judge them. But try the prison if Nura is inside the prison. I arrested her after all. Nura! You remember that your phone you put back in the box will leave me here to rot or return me to the board. I come to set you free, you have to die, I have to go, I need information. Who did you work for? The Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth, cultists of Baphomet. Minyago also gave her orders. Are there any other cultists in the Crusader army beside you? I think so. Everyone was caught. Who's the leader of the Scary? Xantir, the Plagued One. Who was the huge demon that attacked us during the battle? That is not. You can set her free. You can send her to death. She still thinks she has a role to play in your comedy. She really believes we're a fucking trickster. Funny. Actors. Ramble. What's with Ramble? Praise the command. Is Venduag here? There you are, instead of Vlad. What do you think of your powers? I made the right choice when I decided to serve you. You collaborate with demons violating the laws of Golarion, you shall be punished. I sentence you to exile. I assure you, I serve only you and only to destroy your enemies. I like you too. You can fuck Venduag, man.
Move out. Head on. I lead. You follow. Onward!
This is for Camelia's quest here.
Move out. Head on!
Secrets?
I lead. You follow.
No. Look how many empty spaces there are. It's like it was planned for the DLCs. I don't know. But weird.
Onwards.
Just the spark left.
Move out. Head on.
No die enemy. Well, inside bonus perception and stealth skill checks. Not bad. Not bad at all. The most you get is with Zacharias' library. 3 or 4 of those books.
I lead. You follow.
Get a buff for fucking Venduag. Really? What's the buff? Do you get it for all companions? Different buffs, I mean. I never paid attention. Because I never cared.
Onwards!
Only her? Interesting. Interesting decision. Why have they done that then? Staunton was buried here, yeah. Staunton Vane, traitor of the Crusades. Narrow Shelley. See the corrupt aura of your soul. Confess your sins, succubus. There are so many. There are so many she can't even confess. Arsinoa. Pyromania ring. Whenever the wearer of this ring deals fire damage through a spell, they deal additional fire damage. They also get +2 bonus to caster level checks made to overcome spell resist. I would need this Pyromania ring on Diran, because I do plan to make a mini Ecclesiteur jar of him. There is a red salamander also. Fireball, controlled, fire snake, hellfire ray, firestorm, and fury butt. Firestorm is great. It's absolutely great. But I don't want to spend 100,000 on this right now. Battle Mage's Headback, Wisdom, and Charisma. What do I got? I got flat wisdom. This is wisdom and charisma. Whenever this headband lands a killing blow with a melee weapon, their next spell becomes empowered. There's a specialist belt for Nenio. Ah, you're gonna see a stomp this time. If you're watching that Areshkagal fight on my first run, on the second run it's gonna be a stomp. A fucking stomp. Then keep it up slowly. I'm releasing slowly, okay? Believe it or not, I'm releasing slowly. I got around 400 videos waiting to be released. And I'm still producing content. And I still need to record something for Breath of the Righteous along the way. And I'm really preparing something very special for Breath of the Righteous. Very, very soon. You'll see when it comes out. Definitely Ring of Pyromania is great. But it's a lot. Really a lot. Red Salamander, Pyromania, put it both on Diran, he's good to go. And this one on Nenio. But we need a lot of money. What with Black Gazer? I already played it. It's released on my YouTube channel. I'll be honest, every game after Breath of the Righteous feels lame. Lame, slow, especially CRPGs, other CRPGs. Games just don't feel the same. It's exactly what I said, for example, for Witcher 3 once I finished it. Every game, classic RPG, okay, action RPG, action adventure RPG like Witcher 3, when it was out, every game felt weak in comparison. And now I can say the same about Breath of the Righteous. Every other CRPG feels 10 times smaller, 10 times less complex, 10 times less challenging, okay? Including Wasteland 3, including Dragon Age Origins, including all of those old school CRPGs, including I don't know what, okay? The only game right now that offers complexity as Wrath of the Righteous is Path of Exile. And that's an action RPG and this is CRPG. Those would be two most complex games. Okay, I've spent months in Path of Exile. 7-8 months in total so far. I don't even know how many hours I got in Path of Exile. A lot. I think I got a lot. I got 1,600 hours in Path of Exile. It is definitely the most complex action RPG. While Wrath of the Righteous is the most complex CRPG. And Witcher 3 is probably the most beautiful game ever. Now, don't get me wrong, I love other CRPGs also. From Neverwinter Nights, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, to Divinity, to Wastelands and all, but they can't even hold a candle to Breath of the Righteous. They can't hold a fucking candle. The history of the world would. Law, religion, lore, nature. Those are the facts, I'm just stating the facts, okay? You won't find a bigger game than Breath of the Righteous. And more complex.
Move out.
With a better replay value. Listen, we can talk whatever we like, but devs that made Witcher 3 are not in CD Projekt Red anymore. Most of them, like 80% of them, are not in CD Projekt Red anymore. They made a masterpiece for all time, and it's for sure in top 10 games ever created, okay? Because there is no better writing than in Witcher. There is no better voice acting than in Witcher. There's just not. Especially when it's your first run. Especially then. I got 7 or 8 runs on Witcher 3. And frankly, if I tried to play again, I would get bored as fuck because I know everything in detail. So I'll probably never play it again. Maybe when I'm 50, 60. So in 20 years, 30 years from now. That's when I'll replay Witcher 3. Counting I survived for that long also. Considering that this world is going to shit. How about Kingdom Come Deliverance? I hate it because it has brain dead AI. And I hate games that have brain dead AI. When I see stupid AI, I don't play. Was I expecting it to be huge? No. I was expecting a game as big as Kingmaker. But not 3 times bigger. Okay? Not 3 times bigger. This is just insanity, man. I'm on Act 3. It feels like I've been playing for months now. Especially when you go with Unfair. Every fucking fight is a boss fight. You need to calculate everything when you play, for example, on Unfair. The amount of gold you're carrying, the scrolls you're gonna buy, potions you're gonna buy. You need to plan in advance what skills you're gonna use. What defeats you're gonna learn first. What's gonna backfire, what's not gonna backfire on you. What team to take. What quest to go for. It's so fucking complex, man, but at the same time it's awesome also.
Head on!
The fuck is this? As you're living, you notice movement in the reflection of a mirror that stands in a room. As you come closer, it seems to be a reflection of the mirror's surface is changing, revealing a starry sky. Or maybe it's a trick of the light, specks of dust illuminated by the glow of a torch, but no, your eyes drawn to a cold white star within the depths of the mirror's surface. The bright flickering light pulsates in perfect time to the beat of your heart, and even your breathing attunes to its steady rhythm. The outline of your reflection has not disappeared, and you can see it with your focused gaze, but unlike you, your reflection does not blink. Where you would expect the eyes to be, there are only nebulous galaxies. The galactic spiral spins slowly. They have no need to hurry. You feel the magnificent infinite cosmos staring back at you, with only the smooth surface of the... This is because of the Aeon Mythic Path. Rub your eyes, touch the mirror, check to see if the mirror is enchanted. Check to see if the mirror is enchanted. There's nothing unusual about the mirror. It's always been there, used to check one's appearance before meeting with guests and subordinates. The being that is looking at you from the other side of the glass is also using it, but he's not changed the nature of the mirror itself. It seems entirely normal. Rub your eyes. No matter how hard you rub your eyes, the reflection in the mirror does not change. This is reality, and it's not the first time you felt the gaze of oblivion. You experienced it before when you encountered the Eon. Now it feels as if you're once more subjected to its observation. It requires Aeon Mythic Path. Look with the eyes of the Eon. You recall the gaze of the creature you encountered in Kenabres. Is what you see now just the shadow of dying Aeon, or a glimpse of a new one, born somewhere in the multiverse? You feel connected to this being. Maybe the Eon, the timeless judge, is slowly fading away and has come to give you some final guidance. Who are you? The question doesn't even need to be asked aloud. It hangs between you and the Eon, unspoken, yet understood by you both. I am an Eon, the embodiment of the law of the multiverse. I preserve the balance of worlds and planes, strengthening the fabric of existence. I want to bring order and peace to this world. The reflection moves its lips, but you don't have to lean in close to hear what it says. You already understand the words sound in your head loud and clear. You feel an ache in the back of your mind, like the kind you get from drinking cold water on a hot day. This sensation is freeing. You feel that for a moment, in the midst of seething chaos, a door to the world or absolute order has been opened. Whoever takes on a burden of being the supreme judge must swear to the purity of their intentions. Who but us can endure such a burden? Swear and embrace the power of the Eons, the only power that is able to save Golarion. Words come into your mind, scattered at first, and then forming themselves into meaningful lines. Is it an oath? Maybe you need time to think, or deep down, have you been repeating the text of this oath over and over and over again, until you know it by heart? Swear an oath. What if I touch the mirror? You touch the mirror, it's just a glass, but were it to crack, you feel as if the endless cosmos would wrap you in its cold embrace. Swear an oath. The words of an oath are forming in your mind, each one burning with certainty and purpose. And where did they come from? The lips of the reflection seem to move even before you do, as if the Eon itself is prompting you. Commander of Dresden by the will of fate and the power of the gods, others call you Commander and speak of your responsibilities, but this is the first time you have spoken it aloud yourself. And the words take on a new weight. The voice of the Eon, an eternal being, echoes your words in support as the multiverse itself accepts you. Accepts your oath. I swear never to deliberately overlook unlawful acts. I swear never to cover my ears when I hear lies. I swear never to keep silent if my words would bring justice. Turn away, don't look, better say nothing. This doesn't concern you. These are things you have been told your entire life. Now repeating the words of the oath, you realize that you have detested such cowardice in childhood. Your whole being revolts against it, for it's not in your nature to look away. It is not in your nature to remain silent. This is why you have been given the right to enforce the law. Playboy Shouty, thanks for the following. I swear not to rule, but to judge. I will not be the executioner, but the executioner's sword. I will not enact punishment with malice or joy, but only in the name of the law. I swear to be a pillar of stability and order. There is no anger and no joy. The veil of time has been lifted from the events of the past and the present, laying them bare before you. You see the truth, undistorted by the fears and desires of flailing mortal consciousness, as if the Aeon is sharing its infinite wisdom with you. If I ever break my oath, may the Eons, the keeper of order, punish me justly, and may my name be buried in eternal oblivion. This I swear. Your final words linger in the air. The mirror is silent, but you know that the multiverse has accepted your oath. Nothing will ever be the same again. And yet everything as it should be. This feeling of certainty brings you peace, like a taut string that's been released. But something is stirring, constant and restless at the edge of your consciousness. Golarion is imperfect. Mendev is imperfect. Dresden is imperfect. The blinding light obscures your vision. It's as if you are trying to peer past a lighted candle into darkness beyond. These wandering lights are the souls of guilty who have not been charged for their crimes. Some of the flickering lights are close. Whatever else may be happening in the multiverse, there are those in Dresden who await your judgment. Find and convict the guilty in Dresden. What the fuck are you making me do now? I got so many guilty companions, man. Sarkoris last. Do you know how many guilty companions I have and you do this to me? Convict the guilty in Dresden. Holy shit. See other aeons. I'm talking to a mirror, am I going mad? Leon is looking at you from the mirror, the only being in the entire universe who feels and shares your burden. It's ready to share with you the memory held in common by all eons, preserved carefully through all eternity. It's ready to listen to whatever you want to share. It is only here for you. I'm talking to a mirror, am I going mad? No, you're not going mad, insanity is full of illusions. I would serve as a good sanctuary from the truth, but you can't deceive yourself about your own memories. Once upon a time, you received the gift of the Aeon in Kenabres, and this is the nature of the gift. Consider what useful advice an Aeon could give you. As you ask yourself this question, you suddenly have an answer. There is no advice, no learning. Golarion is an agony. He needs an Aeon that can sever it from the abyss like a healer severs a gangrenous limb to save a patient. Until then, the wound will continue to corrupt not just the land but also minds. To close it and restore the balance, this is what all Aeons want. What you want. I think I liked Hand of the Inheritor more. He has a character. This is just a fucking mirror, after all. Alright. I really believe that I liked Inheritor way much more than this. Try to recall what you know about Eons. Before the question is finished, you already know the answer. Eons are beings who come to the world in different ways, but always with the intent of restoring order to the world. For them, there is no good or evil, only the law. In some places, they're venerated as gods, and in others, they're cursed and despised, but Eons are devoid of both vanity and resentment. They do what they must and move on until their life force is extinguished. The path of the Eon is lonely. An Eon has no attachments, no passions, no bodily desires. Oh, I already fucked it up with Van Duag. Oh shit, Eons are not communal. Just as your right hand is unnecessary to the left, they too feel no need for one another. For all the Eons are parts of a demigod named Monad, a higher being, the transcended soul. You've chosen the path of the Eon, or the Eon has chosen you, it's the same. You could not tolerate injustice, and that is why you're now standing before the mirror, looking at your changed reflection. See other Eons. The surface of the mirror seems to expand infinitely, ready to encompass everything happening in the multiverse at this moment. There, far beyond the dim lights of guilty souls scattered throughout Golarion, shines the primary chaos of Maelstrom, born in the first days of creation and abandoned by the gods. Crystalline forests fade into emptiness, endless deserts stretch for miles and miles, silence of tranquility ruled by exiles from the abyss and petty gods drift through the ever-changing chaos. Far in its depths, Eons, shining steadily like guiding stars, fight Proteans, serpentine embodiments of chaos that reach out constantly towards the inhabited worlds, attracted by the chaos that lives within mortal souls. The others, those who guide souls in Pharasma's lands, unbendable steel giants in the service of Axiomites, and the Axiomites themselves, who have taken on outward forms and do not want to remember that they were once eons. So Axiomites were once eons. In the labyrinth of passages beneath Azlant, in other planes, in hundreds of worlds, you feel their presence everywhere. See what an Aeon is? Deep down, you already know you have seen an Aeon with your own eyes. Memories spring to your mind of things you once saw or heard in a dream. The mirror shows you what cannot be seen with the ordinary eye. Two great opposite intentions born on different planes collide in the cold silence of the cosmos, and from their collision, an Aeonic nebula is born. The convulsions of thousands of sensual auras run like lightning through the new nebula, and the faint echo of unswearable questions can be heard inside. They're like a silent cry that only the chosen few can hear. The sound gets louder and louder and louder, and suddenly it stops. An Aeon is born from the harmonious silence. It has no face, no body or sex, only a cold mind that follows a single calling. The Aeon goes where it is most needed. It fits with the Inquisitor, alright. If nothing else, it fits with the Inquisitor, but who am I supposed to judge?
You follow.
Am I really supposed to judge everyone? Courts of Dresden martial law. You know what? I've seen throughout the game that sometimes lawful choices are even more evil than the actual evil choices. Alright? They really are.